Hi guys, welcome back to Soul Gardens. So I thought I'd come in and do some oracles because there's been a lot of heaviness in the air. I know they say August 1st was a portal for big change and realizations, for people to realize what they didn't want in their life and to realize what they did want in their life, and what they need to do to make either of those happen. Whether you're in a work environment that's no longer serving you, a relationship, a family dynamic, a friend group, whatever it is it serving you for your highest good? Not, is it serving your ego? Is it serving your soul? Does it love you in a healthy way? Because the ego, we all have ego. Ego's not a bad thing. It's part of who you are and how you show up in the world. We need our ego sometimes, We can't let it control us. We have to control it. It's not always easy. But our ego helps us stand up for ourselves. When we feel small, and then the ego is also the one that makes us feel ashamed out of our conditioning and programming and past traumas or hurts. It makes us feel like I shouldn't have said anything. They're going to be mad at me. I fucked that up. What did you do that for? Shame on you. Your head, your ego, your mind tells you a lot of awful things. And it's not your fault, but you do got to get a grip on it. You got to start controlling your thoughts and not letting your thoughts control you. That being said, though, some things need to be said. Sometimes we can say it better, but sometimes we don't always have the opportunity to self-reflect first. Sometimes we're just thrown in a situation. Sometimes we're tired. Sometimes we're already traumatized. Sometimes we already have stressors going on in our hearts and in our minds that it's just the straw that broke the camel's back, and we wish we had said it differently, or did it in a different manner, or in a different space, or whatever. But don't beat yourself up. You still need to speak your truth. And maybe that was the only way you had the courage to do it. Especially if you were taught or conditioned to say nothing, to be subservient, to be seen and not heard, to not complain, to be submissive. Some of us were taught that a scrap is better than nothing. And that's not true. We deserve the whole meal, not just the scraps. Okay? You deserve the whole meal. I deserve the whole meal. And we don't have to earn it. We should just be loved enough to receive it. Especially when you pour out all the love you can and it's not reciprocated. It hurts, right? It hurts. But still, staying around for scraps, what are you doing? You're just hurting yourself. You're allowing, right? You're allowing them to hurt you at that point. I'm not saying it's your fault, it's your conditioning. And we just have to do better at loving ourselves, right? Loving ourselves quicker instead of enduring things we shouldn't have to endure. The weight of somebody else's unhealed wounds should not be yours to carry for them. Do you ever feel like you are just starting to regain yourself and heal, and you let someone in, and all that work you did was just torn down? Your self-worth, your identity, the broken pieces that you so desperately gathered up to rebuild, to find again, the trust in another human being that was so difficult for you to extend once more. You feel like you gave your trust away and you were a stupid girl. Or a stupid boy. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You loved. You were open. That's not a bad thing. It's very easy to get caught in the victim mentality, right? I've been hurt so much, so I'm not going to open my heart to anyone ever again. And you might need to do that for a little while you're licking your wounds, while you're healing from whatever happened. But don't just stay there and get stuck. If you got hurt, it means you were living. That's okay. Wouldn't you rather take the chance of feeling, loving, being intoxicated, feeling alive, than staying isolated and lonely? Well, you're going to say, well, at least not all of us who are alone are lonely. No, I understand that. As a matter of fact, most healed people are very content being alone. This still doesn't mean they don't desire someone to share it with, to be held, to be touched. If it's platonic, friendship, family, someone to talk to, do things with. You know what I mean? My point is, wouldn't you rather risk being hurt than to never experience anything at all? Because if you're sitting there at home saying, well, yes, I'd much rather shelter myself and keep myself stagnant and border up in my cave to protect my heart. And you have that choice. And I wouldn't fault you for it, because I would understand what you drove you back into your cave, But you're never going to experience the joys either if you stay hidden in your cave, because they're out there. So when you say, well, I've given and I'm always getting hurt, I know. But I'd rather die knowing I gave my all every day. Than live with the regret if I never did anything because I was afraid. I'd rather fuck up every step of the way than have regrets that I didn't bother trying. Whether it's a relationship, going for a job, living out your passion, whatever it is for you. And you don't fuck up. It's experience. It's lessons, right? Take the lesson and do better next time. If you can reconcile whatever you fucked up or whatever got fucked up, but you still want it, and it's possible, let your ego go. Have some humility. Attempt reconciliation. Try again. If that thing or that person isn't open to it, it's not available. Some things, if you don't move, they pass you by. I get it. You still learned something to take into your future. Don't hide yourself or your love away. You're here for a reason. People need you. Whether you know it or not, you send out ripples that touch the fabric of the cosmos. Your love ripples out to my little domain. My little domain ripples spread out to your domain. We're all connected. So your voice matters. Your feelings matter. I'm not saying what's the word? I know there's a word for it. Naive, but have a naive heart. What I mean by that, have a child mind. Touch, experience, smell, taste. Adventure. Life's an adventure. Live. I got hurt. Sure did. But that's okay. It's part of life. Did you learn something? Did you feel something? Don't close off your heart. It was made to break and get rebuilt over and over again. It's what it does. Not to be weird, but there's females out there had multiple children. There's certain things that take a licking and keep on ticking, if you know what I mean. Childbirth isn't the easiest thing on the female body. But it was made to go right back pretty much the way it started, right? It's amazing. The heart was built that way too. You might not think it was, because it's breaking right now. Or you've kept it so locked up, you forgot what it feels like to be loved. Or to feel like you love. It's scary. It's vulnerable. That's okay. Some of the best things in life terrify us. That's what courage is for. You can't have courage if you don't have fear. So please, if you've been disappointed in yourself and someone else, don't close off your heart out of fear of being hurt again. Because it's so totally going to happen. But it could not. It could be amazing. If you close it off, all those lessons you learned for when the universe brings you that one, you ride or die, wouldn't that be a tragedy? Don't let fear control you. And don't let it control your voice. I know you don't want to say things to hurt other people. But why is it okay for you, for me, to stay silent while we're being hurt? And it's okay for us to continue to hurt ourselves by not speaking up out of love and empathy for someone else. It's a beautiful thing to have love and empathy and compassion for somebody else's situations and reservations and shortcomings and traumas and fears. Of course, have empathy for that. But how long do you keep your own fears, insecurities, sufferings, traumas on a leash and quieted and taken a back seat to? When are you allowed to be heard? When are your feelings valid? It should be reciprocated. We all have stuff. We all have scars. We have to be able to understand each other and let each other heal them and live in them and heal them be accepted for them, and have compassion and understanding flow both ways, right? If it's all one-sided and you're giving your all to somebody else, and you're being compassionate and understanding, and you're listening and you're supporting, but your needs are neglected, what are you doing? You're draining your energy and giving nothing back, or very little. It's toxic. Right? You can't just allow someone to take from you emotionally, physically, financially, and not fill their cup in return. You deserve to be acknowledged and recognized, just like they do. You deserve to feel safe in your environment, in your partnership, in your workspace, in your home. You shouldn't have to walk on eggshells out of fear that you could trigger somebody into being angry with you for speaking your truth. It shouldn't drive you to being able to only speak your mind and feel safe about it when you're drinking, or if you're using drugs, because it's the only way you got the courage to do it. That's not healthy. I know there's some of you listening out there. Well, I was afraid, and when I took that drug, or I drank that alcohol, I wasn't afraid anymore. So I said what I had to say, because before I was afraid and now I wasn't. How sad that we were afraid, right? How sad that we had to be that afraid that we needed a substance to feel like we could speak our truth in the environments we were in. You should feel safe to say and do anything if you're in the right environment. If you don't feel safe to speak your truth, and you're afraid somebody's not going to receive it well, it's two things. One, you don't give yourself or the other person, place or thing, your situation, you don't give them enough credit. And it's your own insecurities out of past experiences that make you feel like the person in front of you won't understand and won't have empathy for your situation. So it could be you, okay? So you might be projecting. But if you know for a fact you've tried in the past to express something going on and you're not heard, or they see right through you, they're not really listening, and they're still talking about their own problems, or they're just blowing it off and not grasping the depth of the topic you're trying to convey, then you're just talking to the wrong people. And it's heartbreaking to realize that. And that it's okay. At least you know who your people are and who they're not. When you will sit there and be willing to take your time and your energy to listen, guide, advise, support other people, and really consider and think about and contemplate ways to help them because you care that much. And then when you tell them something traumatic or important to you, and you barely get 2 minutes of their time with no deep thought or reflection on your behalf for support, it hurts. You have every right to be hurt. When somebody is inconsistent with you, it hurts you. You have every right to say how you feel. You shouldn't be afraid it will ruin everything. Because if it ruins everything, it ruins everything. Then they're not your person. That's not your place. But if you say it and it's received well, with empathy and compassion, in an attempt for understanding, in an attempt of transformation to build something more stable and solid, then maybe that is your person. And you're just learning the flow of each other. We all have our good days and we all have our bad days. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. We could have said this better. We could have said that better. I didn't mean it that way. It's not what I meant to say. There's a whole plethora of things, right? If they're your person and you're their person, you make leeway for things like that. I'm not saying you give a cold pass. You don't brush things under the rug and dance around elephants in the room. You address them. But you make an active effort to improve them. Not just say things or blow things off. Make promises you're not going to keep. And sometimes people want to keep promises, let me tell you. They're just not capable. They don't mean to hurt you. But sometimes you give your heart to people who just aren't ready to hold it. They just don't have the ability, the capacity yet. And they may never in your lifetime or before you move on. That's another just part of life. And sometimes it's extremely unfortunate. A lot of times, what's sad to me is things don't work out for people because they self-sabotage them out of their own low self-worth. Their own egos and pride, and their own fear. You need to be the fool sometimes and just fucking jump off the cliff and know that God, Spirit, the divine, the universe has our back. Because at least you took the leap. Because if you don't move, you never get anywhere. So don't be afraid for using your voice. Don't be ashamed for using your voice. Maybe you could have done it better. Maybe the timing was fucked. Maybe that's the only time you had to do it, and you just had to do it just to get it out, to purge it. Clear the energy. Bring things back into balance. And it was no holds barred, because you had to do it for yourself. And then you regret it a little bit later. Go, geez, maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I should have done it this way. Geez, I wish I was sober. Geez, I wish, I wasn't in this environment. There's so many things that we could fuck up, but not fuck up. Sometimes there is no right time. Sometimes it's just, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta love yourself enough. And sometimes when you have that strength to do it, and you know later on you won't, that if you don't do it now, you're going to chicken out. So you just blurt it out because you don't know if you'll have the strength to do it tomorrow. It's okay. It's okay. And sometimes you do it, and it's not what you meant, or how you meant to do it, and you hurt somebody. If you get the opportunity to make amends, make amends. Don't be afraid. If it's the right person, they'll understand. And even if it isn't, if they tell you to go fuck off, okay, they tell you to go fuck off. At least you resolved it in your own heart. Hey, at least I tried. We got to stop shrinking ourselves and dulling our shine so that we can make other people feel better while we allow them to make us feel worse. And we smile, and we stay silent, and we stay patient, and we stay supportive. Meanwhile, you're emotionally starved of being loved and seen, or being held or recognized, while you're trying to hold them up so they don't drown. They don't realize that they're pushing you under while they're going up, while you're trying to hold them up so they don't drown. You're running out of air. Don't drown in somebody else's trauma. Don't. They have to start wading for themselves. Wade in that water. You can help, but don't let them push you down so that you drown while you're trying to save them. If you're drowning, if you're hurting, if you feel unseen, unheard, unloved, unvalidated, invalidated, you have a right to say that. If they're your person or your people, they will understand. And most of them don't even realize they're doing it. We do things all the time, we don't realize we're doing it. We're not perfect. We do our best to be self-aware, right? But, we're souls having a human experience, and the human part of us. We're going to fuck up. And hopefully the other humans we interact with understand that we're going to fuck up. But don't shrink yourself, and don't think it's a fuck up to speak your truth. Maybe you could have said it better. Wiser, better timing, like I said. Better environment. But maybe not. Maybe you just needed to get it out because you were drowning. And you needed to throw the life jacket on so you could get back up, so you could breathe again. And that, speaking your truth, was your little life jacket. Because you were drowning. And they didn't see that they were pushing you down while you were suffocating under the water. And those depths of emotion and love that you give, they're a blessing. They should be cupped and held in reverence. Like the Holy Grail. It should be scooped. That's life-giving waters of love that you give. It's beautiful. It's transformative. It's divine. They just throw your love, your cup of love, back into the ocean and think it's just like everything else in this ocean. It's their loss. You're never going to find another you. They mishandled your cup. Or they didn't want it. Somebody else will. So don't close off your heart. Now, if you're handing them a cup, and they're a little shaky, and some of it might, your cup of love might be splashing around, but they're not tossing it out. Give them a break. They're trying. They're just a little shaky on there, There's a difference. You know the difference in your heart, right? You can tell when somebody's like, fuck this cup. I'll just get another one from somebody else. And there's somebody else that's like, holy shit, I got this cup. I don't know what to do with it. I kind of want it, but it scares the fuck out of me. And it's splashing some of your love out and around and dropping the ball on some of it. You know what I mean? It's spilling. Oh, shit. But they're trying. You might need to put some more love back in that cup for them. Because they spilled some here and there. They didn't mean to. They're doing the best they could to hold on to it. Not so steady yet. It's okay. There's push and pull, right? We trigger each other sometimes. Can we let each other live inside of each other's fears and scars and be there to support each other while we're working through them? Can we help build each other up instead of tear each other down? Can we support one another without stepping on somebody else's head and drowning them while they're rescuing us? Can we try to hold on to each other side by side and backstroke it together back to shore? You know what I mean? Probably not the best examples, but you're picking up what I'm putting down. Love heals, but they have to want to do the work, right? But you have things to heal while you're doing the work. But sometimes you need support too. You have your own issues, your own insecurities, your own traumas, your own hurts. Are they listening? Or are they only focused on their own? Are you neglected? Are you giving it all to them? Begging for attention? Begging for scraps? Whether it's love, whether it's work recognition, whether it's in your family, are you begging for attention, to be seen, for scraps? Are you taking what they give you? Some people will never see your worth. A little secret. They'll never see it. No matter what you do for them. No matter how hard, how much you pour into something. Some people, some places, some things will never see your worth. You gotta be strong enough to know your own. Sometimes you just gotta know when to walk away. And you don't walk away in anger. You don't walk away in hatred. You walk away with love and in truth. Yeah, sometimes maybe your truth could have been said in a better place or time, situation. But you did the best you could. You have a right to stand up for yourself and protect yourself as fiercely as you would protect those you love and care about, if not more so. So if you're being hurt, if you're being suffocated, if you're drowning, if you're being unseen, unrecognized, neglected, speak up. Let the chips fall where they may. Because I'm telling you, if they don't value you and they want to toss your cup into the ocean because they think it's just like every other cup and they can just take that another cup and just dip it in the ocean and it'll be the same, they're sadly mistaken, and it's their loss. You are unique, precious, and unrepeatable. I'm sorry this camera's fuzzy. It's because it's at night and I'm in my car by the lake, but you are unique, precious, and unrepeatable, and you matter. Your feelings matter, your thoughts matter. You have a right to speak your truth. Have integrity. Be honest. Keep your word. If you're going to say something, follow through. Do it. It's not always easy. And yes, some things come up sometimes. But is it your pattern? Do you never keep your word? Why not? And if you do, how come you do? There's reasons for it. Think about it. I know I try to. Not always 100%, but it's usually because something else interferes or doesn't allow me to. And, I feel shame and guilt, but I don't make a habit of it, because the majority of the time, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Because words have meaning. You know what I'm saying? Intentions are great, but they need to be backed up with action, right? Brings me back to another video. Love isn't just a feeling, it's an action word. You can feel love all you want, but if you do nothing with it but hold it in, what do you got? A lot of fantasy. You live in fantasy land. It's an illusion, right? If you're not willing to step out and take action out of your fears, then you just spend the rest of your life in an illusion out of fear of action, because love is an action word. It's a doing. You are loving. You are love. It's a thing you do. It's not a thing you think about. So, all of you lovers out there, keep loving. Don't close off your heart because it's getting hurt, or it's gotten hurt, or you're afraid it's going to get hurt. Brush yourself off. Stand up tall. Head held up high, shoulders back. And get moving again. You got this. So, I said I was going to read a fucking article, right? I don't even know what I said in this video. So, hopefully, it resonates with somebody. And I'm sure it wasn't perfect. But you know what? It is what it is, right? While I'm shuffling this, I'm just going to say that we all have our vices. We all have our triggers. We all have self-destructive behaviors on some level. Sometimes we're doing really good, and then sometimes we fall. And then you feel shame, or you give up, and why bother? And you get stuck in that mental trap. Please don't. Just know that everybody's got a thing that they're guilty or ashamed of and traps them somehow. Some are more obvious than others, you know. Even the soccer mom's got her dealio. You know what I'm saying? So, never ever give up on yourself. If you fell, it's okay. We all fall. It's nice to have people around us that love us enough to help us pick ourselves back up, for sure. But you can't count on it, right? I know. Boy, do I know. Your angels got you. Your spirit has you. Your ancestors have you. I got you. I won't let you fall. Or if you fall, I'll be back up. I might laugh for a minute. One of those. He just fell on his ass. Oh, wait, here. Let me help you. To me, my first instinct, for some reason, it must be some childhood thing, is to fucking crack jokes when something serious happens. What a fucking bust balls and make light as shit. Probably was like the comic relief person in the dynamic of the family. I don't know. My uncle was like that too. We're a fucking bunch of traumatized comedians, you know? But just know I might laugh a little bit. It's nothing personal. It's just how I get through life. Just have to laugh at shit. And some people find it offensive. Like, what are you laughing at? Dude, I don't know. I'm laughing because everything's just, this is out of order, that's out of order, this whole goddamn fucking place is out of order. I just have to laugh. What are you going to do? If I don't laugh, I cry all the time. This week, finally, not only did I laugh and cry, I got angry. I haven't gotten angry in a long time. And you know what? If you haven't gotten angry in a long time, fucking get angry. Because it's righteous anger. When you're getting dumped on and not being cared for right, you have a right to be angry. And what do they say about anger? It's really a cover for hurt, right? We're fucking hurt. Oh my God, we're just hurt. Stop hurting us. Please. We've had enough. Let us be, right? I know. All right. Oh, here we go. Let me read these real quick. I gotta get out of here before the cops show up or something because I'm parked in a... Oh, it says, no parking after sunset and sunrise between sunset. It's after sunset. And the popo around here, you know, well, we won't get into it. So, see if I can read these. It's dark. Oh, shit. It is dark. Oh, let me see. Let me turn on my light. Light. Ah! Anyway. You are the asset. This body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling, how much sleep you are getting, and what you can do to help your body rest. Are some of you so much overgiving and so stressed out over work, a relationship, a family situation that you're not taking good care of yourself? I don't sleep very well. It's my own damn fault. I know. Am I getting enough sleep? Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? No. No, I'm not. Are you? You gotta do better, right? Okay. I will if you will. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? Oh, damn. I'll say that again. What is your most limiting belief keeping you from what you want right now? Think about it. And then think about what you can do to overcome it. Maybe write it down. And then write positively the actions, because love is an action word. So it's self-love, right? To take these actions, it's love. What actions are you going to do to rectify it, right? To improve it. Oh, shit. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Right, wow. That goes into fears, right? Well, I want this, right? Ooh, it comes into what self-limiting beliefs are keeping me from what I want right now. Maybe it's what you're afraid of losing, right? Maybe if you got more rest, you'd see things clearly about what's keeping you from what you want, Because you'll see things clearly. Oh, shit, all this fucked up people or places or things around me are keeping me from what I really want, right? Am I focused on what I want to gain or what I might lose in the process? Well, you have to clear space for the new to come in. Take it from an old pack rat. It just keeps piling up and piling up. Eventually, you gotta let shit go. People, places, things, stuff. Stuff. Whatever your definition of stuff is. Things. You gotta let things go. Those things could be limiting self-beliefs. People. Institutions. Patterns of thought and behaviors. Right? Whatever is holding you back from gaining. Because you're so afraid of what you'll lose. That you don't move. Well, what if I do this and then it doesn't go right and I gave up all that for this and now I have nothing and now I'm alone and everybody's mad at me, or I'm behind financially, or I lost my position and I don't have the power or clout or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You're so afraid of what other people will think, or of losing stuff, or losing relationships, that you won't go for what you really want. And instead of focusing on what you'd gain from taking this leap of faith, your fears are keeping you stuck in what you might lose. Well, damn it, have the courage to focus on what you'd be gaining. What you think about, you bring about. I'm no good at this. Okay, well then you're not going to be. Good friend of mine. Yes, I consider you a friend. You know who you are. If you're so focused on what you're not good at, then you're not going to be. You got to flip the script and start saying, I am good at that. So let's, for example, say, if you're not good in relationships, or they've never gone well for you, and you say to somebody that you kind of like, and they scare you, and you're just like, I'm not good at relationships. I'm not good at commitment. Or there's a job, well, I'm not good at that. Okay, well, cool self-fulfilling prophecy, because now you're not going to be, because you just keep repeating that and speaking that into existence. What you think about, you speak about, you bring about. Great. Good going, right? I mean, really, if we believe in that shit, we got to, what, you think you just believe in that for other people, but it doesn't apply to you? I had somebody tell me once, same friend, love is a spell. If you say the words, I love you, it's a spell. Well, every word's a spell. Anything you speak is a spell. So if you're constantly casting negative self-talk on yourself, you're cursing yourself. I'm not good at commitment. Okay, well, then I guess you won't be then. I'm not good at love. Okay, guess you won't be then. I'm not good at conversations. Okay, guess you won't be then. I'm not good at driving. Okay. Don't once say, I am good at driving. I'm going to keep practicing. I'm not good at commitment. Okay. Well, what do you got to do to change that? Are you happy that you're not good with commitment? Are you happy that you're not good in speaking to people, that you have social anxiety that way? Are you happy playing the victim? Well, it's just the, my conditioning and the way I am and blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Give up. That's just how you are. That's just how you're going to be then, huh? You really like speaking those things upon yourself? You gotta love yourself better than that. Hey, I want to gain something, but I'm afraid of losing something else, because if I go for this, it affects all this over here, and hey, I'm not good at what I want to go for, so why bother? I'm just going to fuck it up anyway, or something bad's going to happen. Well, now it will. You see what I mean? Your victim mentality, your attitude. What you think about, you bring about. I do it to myself too. I'm preaching to the choir here, okay? I'm not doing that's the pot calling the kettle black, whatever that is. No, trust me, I'm well aware that I fuck up things too. But I'm trying to do better. Some days I don't feel like doing better, and that's okay. As long as you pick yourself up and try to do better. And you don't stay stuck. You can wallow for a little bit. You have my permission. I wallow. Laying in bed, whine to myself, hug myself. That's all I got. Got me in spirit, hugging. It's okay. Just don't get stuck there. You know? All right, I gotta go. Am I getting enough? Oh, I already did that one. Shh, please stop. Gotta get my shit together here. What else could this mean? I don't know. What else could this mean? I can't see. Okay. There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Oh boy, this is on topic. Fuck. Okay. Look at the situation today by stepping outside of the triggers and ask, what else could this mean? Is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment? Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? Not to me, right? How's it happening for me? Which goes back to, how is it happening for you to gain? But you're fucking stuck on what you might lose, right? Is something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment? Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? We all have patterns we need to break. I hope you, I hope we have a safe space where we can express ourselves so that repression of our emotions and our fears doesn't have to be bottled up to where we feel like we're suffocating and drowning. That we can share them openly and find productive ways to make the adjustments. Side by side, hand in hand, support with support. Open mind for a different view, but respect for each other's individual views in a way to balance them both so that we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater all the time just because we're triggered. We need to handle our triggers, yes. But we're all gonna have them. And you know what? They're parts of us. Don't hate your triggers. Don't hate your shadows. They're there for a reason. Don't hate them. Don't shame them. Don't silence them. Love them. Love them into submission. Respect your shadow. Get to know your shadow. There's a reason why it was created, why they're with you. And they're going to be part of your power. Right? They really are. Once you get the team working together. Okay? And we got... When was the last time I danced freely? When was the last time you danced freely? When? I grabbed that friend of mine randomly and just started dancing with him. Made me happy. I think they were happy. It was brief, but it was sacred. It was freeing. Our inner children enjoyed that. Do you do that for your inner child? You just dance. Just grab somebody and dance. It's fun. You would when you were a child. Why can't you now? Why can't you play now? Why can't you get dirty now? You can. What do you want? Do that. I know, sometimes we don't know how to get what we want. Sometimes you get what you need. But in August is a time not only to get what we need, but to fucking get what we want. And we're not going to get what we want by staying silent. So, yes, we could have used better words or time or place, conditions, ourselves in a better condition. Whatever is your story. Sometimes you can't control all the factors and you just got to say, what the fuck? And just do it. Because at least you know you took action. And at least you spoke your truth. And you stood up for yourself. And you didn't shrink anymore. And you demanded that you'd be seen and heard. And you loved yourself enough to do it. However you did it, you did it. Now keep doing it. You'll get better at it. You'll build confidence. And you'll learn the nuances of how to do it, maybe with a little more tact and, discreetness. Maybe sometimes a little more empathy. There's a difference between being assertive and aggressive. You're allowed to be assertive. And if people can't handle it, that's their problem. But if they love you, they'll respect you for it. Maybe even love you more for it. You even get turned on by it. Some partners like that shit. I don't know who that was for. But you know who you are. Some of the guys are looking at you like, damn, she's fire, They don't want some boring house mouse, And then other guys are like, damn, she's so quiet and boring. I dig that. I don't know. Everybody's got their thing. It's all good. Like Juice WRLD said, Everybody's got their someone. Just gotta look and see. You know? Come on. If you're closed off, you're not gonna see it. And how sad for you, right? Who am I ready to forgive? Well, the first thing that popped into my mind was myself. Who are you ready to forgive? What was the first thing that popped into your mind? Are there things you need to forgive yourself about? You're allowed to fuck up. You're allowed to make mistakes. Forgive yourself and do better next time. If you see a pattern, goes back to this other card, what patterns are holding you back? If you know that you're stuck in a pattern, nobody's going to break that for you but you. Is your pattern, maybe it's protected you. Maybe you thought it's protected you. But has it? Has your pattern that you've created to protect yourself ended up being just a thing that's hurting yourself in the long run? I don't know. That's for you to think about, right? Sometimes we do things we're thinking out of self-protection, and we don't realize that we're bleeding on other people because of the wounds we didn't heal. While we're wrapped up into our self-protection bubble, we're hurting other people. Or we're hurting ourselves. Or both at the same time. Some of those well-intended things to keep ourselves safe because we had to. Nobody else was keeping us safe. Sometimes they're keeping us sick. Spiritually sick, emotionally sick, mentally sick. And sometimes we need professional help to get us out of that mental sickness, that ick, that mental ick. Sometimes we need extra help. Sometimes we don't know how to do it right, and that's okay. You go to a professional electrician, you don't call cousin Ed, who's been to the ER 5 times and burned down 3 houses because he thought he was an electrician but wasn't, and has a reputation of just fucking shit up. You don't go to cousin Ed for your mental health advice, okay? In that metaphor. Because you're too afraid or embarrassed or just too prideful. I don't need professional help. That's for other people, not me. That's what most people say that are getting that help. Not me. Well, it is kind of all of us. Every little thing helps, right? I'm just saying. It's nice to have a place for an unbiased person to listen to our bullshit and let us vent. When their ego, their heart, their emotions aren't in the game. You know what I mean? They're just there to help us gain clarity. Or to let us burn off our energy that's pent up. So if you're thinking about getting professional help, I don't know why we got on that. Do it. And you might not find somebody that you like right away. That's okay. It's just like everything else. Not everybody you date you like either, right? You just move on. Find some other therapist to date. You know what I mean. Don't date your therapist. God, no. Okay. Anyway. So dance. Even if it's alone. Dance in the shower. Don't fall, though. Sing in the shower. The acoustics in your bathroom are fire, right? Use them. And remember to forgive yourself and forgive others. We're all just doing the best we can with what we got to work with. Don't hold grudges. They're toxic. Grudges are toxic. Let things go in truth and in love. Walk in truth and in love. Be truth and be love. And love hurts sometimes. And truth hurts sometimes. Right? But they still need to be there. And truth isn't always easy for us to hear. We don't always want to accept it. But we have to do everything. I'm going to get out of here before the cops ride my ass to get out of here. We have to do everything from a place of love. Love of others and love of ourselves. So when you have failed others and you have failed yourself, please forgive yourself and forgive them. Jesus said, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And even when you're just like, they fucking know what they did. Come on. They still didn't know what they're doing. Or they wouldn't have done that. If they are coming from a higher place, from light, and not from their shadow, they wouldn't have done it that way. So again, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. When you live in love and from a higher place, you can forgive it. It doesn't mean you need to be around it anymore. It doesn't mean you need to be around it anymore. You can love and forgive from afar. You can love and forgive without ever giving verbal confirmation. If it's just you're in a situation where you're unable to verbalize it or uncomfortable or not feeling safe or whatever it is for you, sometimes you just have to forgive people and let them go and love them and release them and pray for their best. And that's all you can do. Some people you want to help, but don't let them push you under while you're trying to rescue them. You can assist, but if they're pushing you down while you're trying to save them, it's toxic. It's not healthy. When you're trying to save them, they should also be saving themselves. And while you're getting tired and your backstroke's no longer keeping you afloat, they should be reciprocating and sharing their skills or the life jacket that they kept that whole fucking time while they were squishing your head down, and they were wearing that fucking life jacket while you had nothing. Sons of bitches. Could have at least shared the fucking life jacket. Right? Damn. Girl. Guy. Dude. It's like Ant-Man, you know? You have that magic little life jacket woven up and just cram it somewhere. I don't want to know where. Just have it on you at all times, okay? Put it in your prison wallet. You people out there have seen that movie. You know what I'm talking about. You know, fucking, it's metaphoric. Chill. Sometimes people aren't going to help you. And you have to be prepared to save yourself. So always be prepared. But you know what? Sometimes people will help you. But you don't trust that they will because of your experiences. You don't count on people anymore. So you keep yourself closed off. And gosh, it would have been so much easier if you just asked for help. And they would have been like, you need help? Hey, let me reciprocate. Hey, you've been there for me. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were struggling because you hide it so well. Because you don't share your feelings or your emotions. Or you don't feel worthy of help. Or you feel embarrassed for needing help. Or you were conditioned, don't ask for help. Keep your emotions and your needs and your wants and your feelings to yourself, damn it. Go to your room. You know what I mean? Stop whining. Suck it up. Whatever it is. Be a man. Don't be a cry, whiny ass girl. You want to get anywhere in this world, you got to act like the men. I mean, we're so fucking... Be like the men. Be like the women. Don't be like the women. Holy fuck. How about just be who we are? How about that? How about we just be how we feel? Well, my culture does this, and my family and my tradition does this. How about we just be human beings? Just because you learn that in your culture, in your family, in your social structure, your environment, doesn't mean it was right. If you were around something all your life and you know it's shit, how long are you going to stay in the shit? Well, I've always done this. This is the way we've always done. We've always hung out in shit. So why would I decide not to hang out in shit? So you're going to hang out in shit, eating shit sandwiches for the rest of your life because that's what you were taught to do. Why don't you get out of the shit, get out of the toxicity, cleanse that shit off your body, and get out of the fucking pigsty and go in the field and run with the fucking wild horses or something. I don't know, metaphorically speaking. You wallow in shit. You hang out in dumpsters. Father crappie. Long enough, you're going to come out smelling funny. Well, I've always hung out in shit. Well, then that's what you're going to get is shit. Right? Well, I choose to hang out where the sunflowers are. Then you're going to get sunflowers. See what I'm saying? Well, my family has always hung out in shit. Okay. Well, I mean, shit does serve a purpose. It does help things grow, right? Our traumas, our tragedies, our obstacles, they help us grow. So shit isn't always a bad thing, okay? Good fertilizer to grow beautiful flowers and vegetables and cool shit like that. No shade on shit completely. But you don't stay in the shit, right? You're supposed to be focusing on the sunflower or the beautiful little pea pod or whatever that grows out of the shit. You don't go back into the shit going, I want more shit. No, you're going to go hang out with the pea pods now. Right? 2 peas in a pod. You're going to go. That's funny. Anyway. I love you. You're doing beautiful. We got this. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing's going to be all right. Love yourself. Speak your truth. Forgive yourself. And focus on what you want and not what you're losing. Focus on what you'd gain. And have courage to overcome your fears. I love you. Happy August. It's a big month of transformation. Focus on what you want so the universe knows what to bring you.